Turkey is doubling down on its military assistance to the Gaza Freedom Flotilla as the convoy pushes toward the Blue Line, where Israeli naval forces have historically intercepted others, but this time the presence of Turkish military drones and advanced electronic warfare systems is preventing the colonial settlers from effectively monitoring the flotilla. 3 drones launched from Turkish frigates shadowing the flotilla have reportedly chased off and blocked more than 10 Israeli drone incursions, blinding occupation surveillance at the most critical moment of the flotilla's journey. The Turkish military boasts of many advanced drones in its arsenal, but of particular note, since Ankara deployed 2 warships yesterday, is the Bayraktar AKINCI. Before we proceed with the drone, take a moment to like this video so YouTube will find it difficult to suppress. Subscribe if you are yet to. This heavyweight strike drone is Turkey's true workhorse, capable of hauling more than a ton of weapons while equipped with cutting-edge sensors, SATCOM, and electronic warfare suites. It is combat-proven with more than 100,000 flight hours to its name. What makes it especially dangerous at sea is its ability to fire the Roketsan Çakır cruise missile, successfully tested against a naval target in this year. This gives it a true standoff anti-ship capability, meaning it can scout, track, and strike vessels from far beyond the horizon, shrinking Israel's reaction time and acting as a powerful deterrent against any attempt to attack or detain the Gaza-bound flotilla. I will explain more about the Çakır missile, which terrifies the occupiers, in a moment, but first let us turn to another twist at sea. Our British government has shamefully deployed a spy plane to provide live surveillance to Israel, and I have evidence. From the photo, you can clearly identify the spy plane based at RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, the same type that has been flying daily missions over the eastern Mediterranean, sending live navigation feeds to Tel Aviv. Recent investigations revealed that the UK has been using aircraft leased from a US contractor linked to Sierra Nevada Corporation to supplement RAF assets. One of these leased planes was even caught circling above Khan Yunis with its transponder off. According to reports, Turkish drones working in coordination with Spanish assets are making life extremely difficult for these spy planes and their associates. One of the participants I quoted in my previous video on Turkish warships also tweeted while I was compiling this update. He wrote, I quote, "Flotilla update. We are a few hours from crossing into the danger zone where, based on precedent, Israel may attempt to intercept us. The Italian Navy has said its frigate will depart at this point and give participants the chance to disembark. We are unsure about Spain and Turkey's ships, but I am confident no one will accept Italy's offer. Our eyes are fixed on Gaza. We are going all the way." Another participant added a chilling layer to the call for action.
Hey guys, this is my last message, hopefully not my last ever message, but we're entering the red zone, so the likelihood of the cheeky monkeys, the Israelis, intercepting us and kidnapping us in international waters apparently has gone very high. So I just wanted to put on record that I have no regrets at all. I'm totally unrepentant, and if I had my time back again, I would definitely do this mission again. I'm so proud and privileged to be part of it, and I mean privileged because so many of my Palestinian friends would love to be on this mission with us, but if they came, they'd not only have a target on their back, they'd put a target on all our backs as well. What could sum up the injustice of the occupation more than that? I also want to say that I love my kids so much, and I really, really miss them, and I can't wait to see them. But in many ways, I went on this mission for my kids because I can't countenance them growing up in a world where people just turn their back on other people being mass murdered and starved to death. And I want them to grow up to be sure in the knowledge that they're great, but not everyone is great, and that no child is better or worse than any other child. So I don't know what's going to happen over the next few hours, whether we're going to be intercepted, which again would be a war crime, whether we're going to be mass murdered, because I see the Israelis are ramping up the propaganda to do that in the last few hours, or whether we're going to get to Gaza and make my whole dream come true of getting to the beaches of Gaza and meeting my friends there. I don't know what's ahead, but all I do know is that whatever happens, there is going to be a relentless conveyor belt of humanity and hope behind us. If I don't get there, I know my comrades behind me will get there, and I know that one day, very, very soon, Palestine will be free.
for each step we get closer to Gaza, the more motivation and determination we have to achieve the goal of this mission.
The face of the flotilla, Greta Thunberg, spoke to media aboard the ship, saying they are close to Gaza and anything could happen at any moment, yet she expressed hope that the warships guarding the flotilla would fulfill their duty and prevent Israel from detaining or sabotaging the humanitarian aid.
Continuously hearing messages from the people of Gaza saying that they are looking forward to welcoming us there. The people of Gaza should have the right to decide what comes in and out of their own territorial waters, who to welcome. So we are very much hoping that we will be able to continue our peaceful humanitarian mission, completely abiding by international law. We've heard many rumors and threats coming from Israel saying that they're going to stop our humanitarian peaceful mission, which, it has to be said very clear, if they would decide to do so, that would be a violation of international humanitarian and maritime law. They are not allowed to prevent humanitarian aid from entering Gaza. And what we are doing is sailing peacefully on international waters, completely abiding by international law. We are not carrying weapons, we are carrying food, medical supplies, baby formula, sanitary products. And we cannot accept Israel saying that they will stop this mission. That would be yet another war crime, adding to the very long list of war crimes they have committed towards people in the Palestinian cause.
World governments could end the siege on Gaza, and they could end this horrific genocide that we're seeing live streamed.
Nicole Jenes and her friend appealed for safe passage of the boats, urging Israeli authorities to end what they called the brutal genocide in Gaza.
As we speak, civilians are risking their lives in missions in Global Sumud Flotilla to bring humanitarian aid and create a corridor for humanitarian aid towards Gaza, but the governments are choosing to be blind so far.
We demand Italy, Spain, Turkey, Greece, and all governments to accompany the flotilla to Gaza safely. We also demand the end of weapon shipments and protect human life, while also demanding free passage and humanitarian aid access.
Global Sumud Flotilla isn't only about getting aid into Gaza, it's also about breaking the illegal blockade on Gaza and ending the complicity. All the governments of the world, they have the power to stop this genocide, but they lack the will.
People power has led us here, now governments must act.
Pressure your governments and demand safe passage.
How is it that leaders of settler colonial states get to sit at a table and dictate the terms of peace?
I particularly liked what Yaseminaka on IG posted. She said colonizers cannot define peace, that justice must come before negotiation, framing this as a struggle for liberation and for our shared humanity.
The United States, a country founded on stolen land and built through genocide and slavery, has launched over 400 military interventions across the globe since its inception. Israel, another settler colony, has been committing genocide in Gaza for nearly 2 years, bombing a starving, besieged population, while the so-called international community looks away. Let's be clear, Israel is not defending itself. It's enforcing a system of apartheid. The US is not maintaining peace. It's preserving imperial power. Both are white supremacist states using security to justify ethnic cleansing, military domination, and permanent occupation. And yet, these are the same states telling Palestinians what peace should look like. Their peace plan is a surrender plan, a continuation of colonization, a strategy to silence the oppressed and protect the oppressor. Justice is not a negotiation. Justice is the foundation of peace. Where there is no justice, peace is nothing more than pacification. The US and Israel are not peacekeepers. They are global threats. Mass murderers and war criminals do not get to define peace. We must stand with Palestinians, not in charity, but in political solidarity. Their fight is a fight against imperialism, apartheid, and racial capitalism, and their demand is not peace under occupation.
Lacking verifiable evidence to undermine the flotilla, the occupation military manufactured another lie, producing a crude collage of images suggesting links between Gaza officials and flotilla participants. First, 2 red-circled portraits are presented as if they depict the same person, but they clearly do not. One is from a crowded press gaggle with handheld mics and daylight, the other from a formal indoor event with stage seating. Even the hairline, jaw and brow differ. They are simply not the same person. In fact, the one on the right is George Galloway, mate. Second, a picture of a Thunberg on a boat is spliced next to these portraits to imply a chain of command, but no timestamps, no context, and no identifiers are given. A classic proximity fallacy. Third, The bottom row shows blurry documents and an NGO-style contact panel with no seals, no signatures, no metadata, nothing that proves authenticity. If such papers really established command and control, we would see full originals with dates, serials, stamps, and third-party verification. Instead, what we see is a red circle montage designed to manipulate, and its release coinciding with the flotilla's final approach is a classic play from information warfare. Drop an unverifiable dossier, splice unrelated images and present it as fact. The reality is simple. The flotilla is moving forward. It has unprecedented protection from Turkish and European naval forces, and Israel's propaganda is failing in real time. Thank you for watching. Support honest journalism by subscribing to increase our reach. Until next time, God bless you.